Hey Blocksters, welcome to the Blockchain Hustler, a show where we talk to the leading founders, creators, celebrities, and disruptors who are hustling in Web3. Today's guest is James Sun. James is the founder and CEO of MintNFT, a premium minting platform and marketplace for NFTs that make collecting them simple, safe, and social. He's also the owner of DramaBeans, the largest Korean drama online recap and community site focused on the English-speaking market, as well as BeautyTap, the first beauty professional online review community. He is also the former CEO and founder of Perk, which was acquired by iPayment. James is a three-time TEDx speaker. He was a television host on the BBC, and he appeared as a finalist on NBC's reality show, The Apprentice. James, wow, thank you so much for joining us on the Blockchain Hustler today. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you for having me. I think the word is so fitting in today's environment. You got to hustle out there in this crypto window for sure, but it's still exciting space and there's a lot of opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. Well, oh my gosh, thank you so much for joining us. You are certainly a hustler, certainly a blockchain hustler. You've had such an incredible background in entertainment, media, apps, social platforms. First off, just tell me a little bit about how your experience led you to build a Web3 NFT company.
Yeah, so one of the things that I've learned by running a community at DramaBeans, we started out with like 100 users, and we've now helped 147 million worldwide users that understood and got to partake in Korean dramas. And one of the trends that I saw that was happening was that the user started really caring about the information that they uploaded, the content that they digested, that there was a relationship that was changing between the user or the consumer and the actual content. And so what was very interesting about Web3 is it's this idea that the consumer wants to no longer be consumed only, they want to be an owner. It's this new ownership economy. And so as brands are really thinking about how to engage a consumer in a deeper way, in a respectful way, in a way that empowers the user, I think Web3 is perfect for the blockchain to be a ledger of ownership records, and it provides a way of everyone understanding what that transaction or that relationship is. I think it empowers a user. And so really my background being in technology, but watching the consumer trends of how they want their data handled and to consume content is really what led me to start MintNFT.
Wonderful. Gosh, and let's dive into MintNFT. So how does this platform and technology help brands, IP owners, creators, celebrities overall connect with audiences through NFTs and video and storytelling?
Yeah, so we're a little bit different than your traditional marketplace. So you have your OpenSeas, the super rares of the world. What we do is we work with brands directly and IP owners and creators to come up with an access strategy. So what we mean by that is we believe NFTs go beyond just the actual two-dimensional artwork or the video file that is tradable. Like if you think about NFT 1.0, it really was around the CryptoPunks, the Bored Apes, where people were buying it effectively to collect and then to flip and make money. So that was the primary use case of NFT 1.0. But if you really think about it from a brand's perspective, they care more about engaging the consumer in a deeper way. And so we believe that the next generation NFTs will be products that consist of building a new relationship model with the user. And so it's really about access. So what we do is we help brands and our content players launch collaborations, drops, and experiences. So we really focus on the non-just crypto or the non-NFT experience in the traditional sense, but really about giving consumers new access and experiences to the brands.
And gosh, you've already worked with some incredible brands. And at the beginning of this year, Mattel announced the partnership between the Barbie brand and then French luxury fashion label Balmain for their NFT collaboration through MintNFT. Tell me about your work with the Barbie Balmain partnership and why these NFTs give buyers overall just a unique ownership of fashion history and just ownership in these brands.
Yeah, so Mattel, we work with Mattel and Balmain to launch the Barbie collaboration, which was a really interesting project because what they effectively wanted to do was they wanted to marry the Barbie audience, which is really mass consumer, to a Balmain luxury couture audience and see what that collab could look like in the cross section. And it was immensely popular. And in fact, there was an actual physical collection, a clothing line that was launched. And so the NFT campaign was the precursor to launching that physical clothes, and it sold out. So NFTs paired with actual access to the physical clothes is really why Barbie and Balmain chose us, because we focus on the access and the experience.
Right. Yeah, I want to dive into that a little bit more as well. Like the NFTs are Barbie and Ken avatars styled in Balmain designs and then accompanied by like Barbie-sized Balmain pieces, then real life ready wear collection and more. Just tell me about how MintNFT is able to convert casual Web2 fans.
What we focused on was building a Web2 experience to the Web3. And how we did that was we wanted to help the Barbie and the Balmain fan, who are typically non-crypto users, experience an NFT. And how we did that was we held a virtual event and we gamified it by saying that the first 5,000 that actually grab tickets to this virtual event will get a free NFT, like a POAP almost. So it was very easy for them to, without having to buy with crypto, they didn't have to set up a wallet. They simply had an NFT right in their account at MintNFT. That made the friction really easy for the casual fan to go, oh, I don't have to purchase something, I get something. Then they learn about what they can do with that NFT and the fact that it is on the blockchain and why is it on the blockchain and what can they do with this? And so then we went into what we call the auction. So we actually sold 3 one-of-ones. So now the user's like, okay, I got to experience a free NFT. I got to experience and understand why the brand's doing it. And now I have a chance to bid on items that are scarce one-of-ones. So we kind of walk the crawl, walk, run philosophy for the average user.
Right. And that's so, so important when onboarding them into this space. And you say that purchasing an NFT from these brands is philosophical because it communicates that buyers want to be part of the brand beyond just Web2, but on the blockchain. Can you kind of expand on that?
Yeah, so I think when a user can use real money to purchase a digital item or a collectible, and the whole world knows that their wallet is the registry to that digital item, it represents this new exchange of value. So the brand is saying, you care so much about us that you're willing to pay money for you to say that you own this digital collectible. That's a very powerful thing. We've never had that before in digital. Before, you could go to like sites and buy digital images like Getty Images, but you're really buying a license to just use it on some type of website or some type of collateral. But here, the brand's saying, we're going to allow you to own a piece of us and share with the rest of the world that you own it. That's pretty interesting.
Right. And what are your predictions just for the future of big brands and fashion brands specifically who are entering Web3 and NFT art and the utility behind it all? What are your predictions for the future?
Yeah, so we're working on something really, really fascinating about launching digital collections before the physical. So it used to be you launch physical and then you might have some digital marketing collateral that goes with the campaign. But imagine this. Imagine a fashion designer that creates a digital collection first that builds popularity. And now they know how many people have actually paid real money to buy the digital, so they can go into supply chain a little less risky and actually make the items that the users want. That's really interesting, where the future can be the digital collections actually will be a precursor to future product launches, future opportunities for brands to actually make the right type of product that the user absolutely wants.
Right. Overall, this is just like very revolutionary. And you've been mentioning this throughout the conversation, but I want to dive into MintNFT also partnering with Ripple's Creator Fund to build what we've been talking about is the next generation of NFTs, NFT 2.0, and that experience. Can you just explain a little deeper what NFT 2.0 is / will be, and how it'll revolutionize the connection of fans with brands?
Yeah, I really see NFT 2.0 as the next version of utility. So instead of it just being a digital image, it's about the usefulness, it's about access, it's about programming benefits that are transferable from one friend to another, where I could program and get my loyalty rewards almost to a certain extent and be able to transfer or even sell those to another person. It's really, again, about ownership over your information, your data, and the loyalty that you've given a brand. Now with Ripple's Creator Fund, it's a $250 million fund that was created to help creators get into NFTs, build new experiences, whether it's utility or artwork or creative. It really is there to kickstart the industry onto the XRPL blockchain.
Right. And you're highly sought out speaker on the topic of diversity. I want to switch gears a little bit. Having given just multiple TEDx talks, you've advised many companies on this subject, you've published a book. I'd love to get your take on just the topic of diversity in Web3. How much do you believe it's integrated into Web3 communities and NFT projects? And what are your predictions for Web3 diversity and inclusion in the future?
Well, one of the things is we all have hidden biases, whether we know it or not. And so when we look at whether a person, we judge them in a blink of an eye. We judge the color of their skin, their age, their socioeconomic, and it's happening without us even knowing. And so what's interesting about Web3 is that there is a lot of anonymity, and it's behind the wall of the creative versus the person that's actually launching it or owning it. So it's really about the work rather than the person only that's behind it. So you can imagine if you never saw race, for example, and you saw only creative work, you're going to judge the creative work based on the creative work, not who is actually selling it to you. That's a very powerful thing in Web3. Another example is expression. It's a great way for now to democratize creative expression from the bottom up. I could be an artist in Ghana, in Africa, and I have no opportunities to sell my art to a gallery in New York. But now I could launch an NFT and let the whole world see it and potentially have a collector in New York City buy my NFT. That's pretty cool in terms of being able to diversify the opportunity and democratize it.
Absolutely. What are your thoughts on, because it's just been in the news when it comes to Web3 leaders of projects like Bored Ape, revealing their identity, not revealing their identity. Do you think it's important for people who are creating these projects to reveal who they are, reveal what they look like, or is it okay for them to stay behind the scenes?
I think it's okay to stay behind the scenes, but I think there has to be some level of authenticity of building trust with the creator or the project. So if I am launching a project, as we've all read about the rug pulls of the scams out there, that really hurts our industry. So one of the things that we have is we have a technology at MintNFT called Video Verified. So we have the creator actually create a video telling the backstory of the NFT project and how they created the concept, the campaign, and then we tie a legal contract to that video verified image or the video that goes into the smart contract as well, so that the user, even though they don't know who's behind it, will know there's a real legal contract that we've done the due diligence to make sure it's authenticated that the correct IP owner is launching this NFT. Because one of the biggest travesties in the NFT world right now is people who don't own the IP are launching the NFT. That is going to kill the industry in terms of stealing creative art.
Right. Oh my gosh, that's fascinating. That's incredible. And before we wrap up, what else does MintNFT have in store? What else are you working on? What can we expect?
We are launching a few new products. So instead of just helping brands create an NFT onto the blockchain, we're actually launching 3 products. One's called the Egg, the Club, and then we have the digital collectibles. And the Egg is really designed to help brands build curiosity as it opens up a reward over time in a digital way. And then the club is meant for brands to create their own mini, I guess you could call it almost a mini DAO or a mini micro community of members that will be able to vote on things that the brand cares about and that the community cares about.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh. So exciting. So many exciting things coming up. For everybody who wants to keep up on what Mint NFT is up to, where can everybody follow you at Mint NFT?
We're at MintNFT.com, and then we are on Twitter, on Instagram as well. But if you go to our website, we have all of our handles there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, James, for joining us on the Blockchain Hustler today. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it.